So my group and I will be presenting on the employee retention strategies by Human Resource Department in Upscale hotels. So my group members will be Vivian, Shiyang, Jun, Shakila, David, Azlan and myself. At the end of these presentations, my group mates and I will be able to achieve these 5 objectives, which is the first one is to analyze the dimensions affecting the retention of employees. Basically, there are different factors that will be analyzed further that could actually affect the employees want to remain or to leave the company. And secondly is to identify the importance of improving employee retention. And the third one is to provide alternative solutions when this problem occur. And besides that also, there will be steps that could be implemented before this problem occurs. And the last one is to suggest proactive measures to avoid this problem, because this problem can't really be avoided at times. So having measures and steps to actually avoid this problem could help maintain the turnover rate or actually retain employees in the company. So why we had chosen this topic is because the turnover rates in various countries comparatively in our industry, which is the hospitality industry, and other industries in various countries, hospitality industries are always the one which has the largest turnover rates compared to other industries. So basically, having large turnover rates also implies that employees do not retain in the company as they leave.
So basically, the definition of employee retention is that the employer, they want to make sure that their employees are loyal to their organization for a longer period of time. And the definition for human resource is that they are responsible for managing resources such as dealing with recruiting, hiring, staffing, and many more that is related to employees. And then there are a few employee retention strategies that commonly practiced by an organization. The first one is to invest in employees' professional development. This is where they polish their skills by sending their employees for training, and then they fostering teamwork to have a teamwork to make a successful business, and the recognition and rewards where they show the organization they show an appreciation towards their employees, and they offer a benefits package where they offer the benefits such as medical, health insurance, and many more. And then the last one is open communication and feedback to make sure that the employees they have better communication within the organization so that they feel that they are important to them.
There are various kinds of retention strategies that are practiced by various organizations regardless of their industry. Some organizations, different industries practice the same retention strategies, such as the first one is basically recruitment, that means recruiting the right person for the organization, and providing career advancement. This is very important as the employees would like to stay in the organization if they see themselves actually growing bigger in the organization. And the next one is work-life balance. So most companies does this by having public holidays, or giving employees public holidays, or giving them the time to actually work 8 hours and then go out to actually have a social life. So all of these 8 points are retention strategies that are practiced by various companies regardless of the industry.
So now I'd like to share about the current problem for the low employee retention. So for the employees, we have about 5 factors. There's the lack of compensation, low salary, and the stress from working, and also inadequate training and development programs, and also the lack of job satisfaction. So I will start from the compensation, where is the pay is not sufficient to motivate employees to stay in the organization. So they will start to compare the remuneration from the competitors. Like they will compare from hotels to hotels about the salary and also the compensation, and also the less profit that's sharing an incentive plan from an organization. So they will feel that all the profit they gain will go to the employers' pockets, so they will start to leave the organization. And then for the training and development program, the employee will neglect the needs of the employees, where the employees will not listen to the needs from the employees. So the employee will feel that the organization is not taking care well for them, and also that the employees did not organize a career development program for employees. So the employees will feel that the position of their level, that their current level, will not increase, or maybe it could be further in the future. And then for the employees, they will make comparison between organization and organization. So they also will make comparison between hotels to hotel, also organization to others organization. And then these are the job satisfaction that I want to share about based on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. So mostly, not all of the organization can fulfill the employees' needs based on the hierarchy, the Maslow hierarchy needs, which is the self fulfillment needs. And for the employees, it's about the organization culture. So for employees, they did not stated out the organization culture before hiring someone. For example, like before an employee has tried it during the interview process, the employee did not ask for the culture inside the organization, so that they do not know about the working hours, because some organization they have to work more than 10 hours a day. So some of the employees cannot take it. After they have joined into the team, they just realize that you have to work a long hours in a day. So they will start to leave the organization. And also the employees are less interaction with the employees, so that the employees will feel that the organization is not taking good care of them very well. And then lastly is the values for the organization. For example, like the values is very important in every organization, because the values is like a mission for them to live up every day when they work inside the organization. So for example, like in my previous internship, they are like giving values is like they are more focused on efficiency compared to perfection of the working procedure of the staff.
I will talk about the importance of retention strategy. The first is the hiring is not an easy process. It's time consuming from interview until selection. And the second is waste time and money to train new employees. The third one, resign employee will join the competitor, and the resign employee will bring all the information, data, and statistics to the new organization. There will be a risk to leak the secret of the previous organization. And the next one is the employee working for a longer period of time are more familiar with the company. They can perform better, and they are able to teach their junior. The individual sticking to an organization for a long time will be more loyal. They hardly badmouth their company and always think in favor of the management. And the last one is essential for the organization to retain valuable employees who show potentials. Every organization needs hardworking and talented employees, and no organization can survive if all the top performers quit. And for the consequences of poor retention strategy, it will cause high turnover rates, can result in low employee performance, and it can cause overwork employees, and new employees struggle learning new job duties and procedures because there are no old employees to teach them. And companies have a more difficult time attracting and keeping high quality talents because no one want to work in a very high pressure environment. And also unfulfilled daily work requirement. The job cannot be done if there are no adequate employee, and that deteriorating product or service quality will cause lower productivity and subpar quality of work because there are a low number of employee or an inexperienced employee without complete training, and also poor losing return customer and customer referral and poor company image.
Now I'm gonna share with you the solution. And before I start, I wanna tell you the most important thing, which is that you gotta remember people leave manager and supervisor more often than they leave companies or job. Thus, role direct supervisor or manager is important. So successful recruitment is the very first step, which is very important. That makes sure everyone has been assigned responsibilities according to his specialization and interest. And this prevents employee to be unsatisfied with his job given. And second, training is very important too. Training employees reinforces their sense of value, and said by Wingfield 2009. And training doesn't only make company better. It makes a person feel that he's taken care about by company. And third, performance review. It's actually a must. Not to only review the performance of individual, but it is also a big motivation to individuals to work hard. So, what is the advantage of performance review? First, reviewing performance gives strong motivations to employees. Second, it gives chance to monitor and evaluate fitness of task given. Reward and recognition is important too. It's also one of big motivation to employees, as they can be recognized as a being top performer. Yeah. And this way, the employees feel important for the organizations and strive hard to perform even better next time. And most importantly, it should be start with saying thank you. And next, provide opportunity for development. and imagine that you're hired by a company that provides you everything, training and performance review and everything, but you don't feel like you're improving and you're developing in your careers. Then you won't be strive hard to be better next
Okay,
time.
so now I'll be talking about the dimension practice to enhance the employee retention strategy, which means that is how what's the strategy that we can think of to prevent from employees on retiring or from changing their workplace. One of it is by instill positive culture. What we mean by instill positive culture is that we should create a positive attitude in work, and to do that we should create a positive motto, which is, for example, like we should tell them that they should dream big so that they'll be able to have the motivation to work by showing appreciation. How do we show appreciation is we should give them compensation, benefits, or we should even create a reward system for them. And for the third strategy is by coaching. What we mean by coaching is that we should coach them, such as like providing them feedback, or we should also ask them to provide feedback about their workplace to us, so that we will know which area to improve on their workplace, what they are not satisfied with, and what they are unsatisfied. For the fourth strategy is that we should provide opportunities from them. What we mean by opportunities is that we should provide growth opportunities, such as giving them the chance to get promoted, so that they always have challenges in life. And for the last one is that we should lower stress in workplace due to overworking. We should create work and life balance, and to do that we should encourage employees to properly balance between their work and life, to tell them that they should always spend time with their family more.
So right now we will be talking about the proactive suggestion in order to enhance the employee retention strategy. Alright, so for the first one is that for the HR department, they should offer additional benefits as their retention strategy. For example, they can actually provide health benefits for the employee or any other benefits such as the pensions, the bonus program, and paid time off. Other than that, they can also provide significant discounts. So for example, for the employee who actually work for Marriott Hotel, then they can provide significant discount for the employee, families or friends who visit another Marriott Hotel in another country. So according to Engert 2010, he said that while salary certainly is a key for the contribution for potential employee, but pay alone won't keep them in a place. So the second one is the training and learning program. So for the HR, they should provide training program for the employee in order to reinforce their sense of value. So for example, during the beginning of their career, the HR can actually provide orientation program so that the employee, they will be able to learn about the diversity, some of the policies such as the sexual harassment policy, and also company values, mission and goal, and also company history. So for the third retention strategy is to encourage referrals and recruit from within. So this one can actually help to minimize confusion of job expectation among the employee, because for the employee who actually had experience with the organizations, they can understand the mission of the company and also the goal of the company so that they can perform better. And also, according to study, it said that referred candidates are highly motivated and interested in joining the company and working for the company. So for the fourth one is the reward and recognize top performers. So for the HR department, they should encourage the staff to recognize one another by creating a peer recognition program. And also they have to value the top performance opinions during the decision-making process. And other than that is to celebrate any key company achievements. For example, the managers can actually bring his or her subordinates for dinner or lunch treats. And other than that is to offer cash bonus for those who actually perform very well. And last but not least is to recruit the right employee who actually fit the role of the organization. So this one is one of the most important retention strategy, as it ensures each of the individual has been assigned the proper responsibility according to the according to his or her specialization and also their interests.
So in conclusion, it is really important to rectify this problem. As I mentioned, regardless of the country, this is a big problem in the hospitality industry, which is the turnover rate is very high because hotels are not being able to retain their employees. So basically, when you retain the employees, you could also maintain the service quality by your hotel, because having employees who have been working there for years and years does know the service quality for the hotel, and this can avoid bad reviews from guests. As mentioned, that deteriorated service quality will have bad reviews, thus leads to a bad hotel image. And employee satisfaction is very important, as to most employees, when they are satisfied or dissatisfied, this is when they make the decision to actually leave or stay the hotel. And proactive measures should also be implemented so that even though this problem takes place, it is taken place at a minimum level. So here's the reference list for our presentation.